Hello everybody, Tim Cooper here, back again with some tips and tricks on online course creation. And in this video, we're going to talk about transcribing your course content for free. But before we get into the content, I'd like to invite you to come along and join me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @TimCooperEDU, or like my Facebook page at facebook.com/ecourse domination. And the reason why I'm asking you to come along and join me here is because I want to hear from you. I want you to ask me questions. I want to know what your struggles are. I want to know what's holding you back from creating online courses. Ask your questions and I'll get answers to you. So on Facebook and Twitter, ask your question with the hashtag AskTimEDU, or email me at asktim@ecoursedomination.com. Okay, so let's start looking at how to transcribe your course content for free. So the first thing you may ask is, why should I even bother going to the trouble of transcribing my course content? And there are a number of benefits in doing this. Firstly, you can create supplementary material for your course. So you can create transcripts, you can create cheat sheets, summary, content summaries, and all that sort of stuff from the transcripts for people who don't have the time or who actually don't like going through videos and audios. There are people out there who are just too busy and they don't want to sit down and watch a video for 40 minutes or whatever. And so to cater for these type of people, providing something written that they can just skim through and get the information they want, they'll love you for it. The other thing you can do is to create promotional material that you can give away for free. So you can start using snippets from your transcripts to post up onto your blog sites, to include as screenshots in YouTube videos and that sort of stuff. But just to get a different type of information out there, people can download like a free report. You can make up a little free report from the material. And once again, you're just getting your material circulated through different means. You can create your ebooks or your lists of information to use as lead magnets as well. So if you've got a website, you can put an opt-in box on the front and you can invite people to swap their name and email address for your information. This then obviously lets you build a list of subscribers to which you can market to. You can tell them about your upcoming courses. You can survey them, so you can ask them what their problems are, and they can then give you the feedback, which then gives you this rich information that you can go on and to produce some really meaningful content and really meaningful information for these people. And then of course you can create Kindle books to promote your course on Amazon and that sort of stuff. So how do you go about transcribing your course content for free? Well, if you're a 100-word a minute typist and you're pretty accurate, I suppose you can type it out yourself. Me personally, I'm like a 3 or 4 finger typist, and for me to type out a 2.5 hour course by myself will take me a long time. I have done it. I manually transcribed one of my 2.5 hour courses, and it took me forever, and I swore that I would never do that again. You can use a free machine transcription service. I use VoiceBase these days because the first 200 hours of audio are free, and also the first 20 hours of video are free. And to date, I've only used 2.5 hours of my 200 free hours. So it's a good service and it's pretty accurate. So once you get your machine transcription, the next thing you need to do is tidy up that transcription, because it's not going to be perfect. It is done by a machine after all. So I suggest using something free like otranscribe.com, and you can load your audio up and you can load your machine transcription up, and then you just go through the audio and just tidy up the transcription along the way, and I'll show you how to do that. And then depending on how you're going to use the information, then you can take that raw transcription into a word processor, or if you're going to be creating a Kindle book, or you want to start producing something of a little bit higher quality, I highly recommend using a product called Scrivener. But let's just quickly jump in and just see how this process works. Okay, so what I did prior to starting this little tutorial is I created a bit of a rant about an issue on Udemy that's starting to get to me a little bit. So I've created a little audio and I'm going to load that audio up into VoiceBase. So we go to www.voicebase.com. Now, if you haven't been here before, you just sign up is free, so you can just click on the free sign up. Now you can go through, enter your name and email address and set a password, or I just find it easier these days just to sign up using one of my existing accounts, and that's usually Facebook. And that's how I'm going to sign in today. Okay, so I've just clicked sign in, and I'm going to come down and I'm going to click on the Facebook. And as you can see, I've used this service before. I've actually used this in my create courses that sell interview series to create the transcriptions of the 3 experts that I interviewed. Now, to use the service, it's very, very easy. We just come up and click the green upload button, and you can see the file types that VoiceBase allows down the bottom. You've got everything from your audio and your video, so you can bring your YouTube videos in and all that sort of stuff to transcribe as well. So here's the file that I want to upload. So I just click open and start upload. Now here it's important. You may not want your information splattered out there to be shared all over the place. I personally don't. So I set my share details to private so nobody else can see it. I select best machine transcription. It's English, and this is the title, and I just click save. Okay, so now that's uploading my MP3. And then once the MP3 is uploaded, you'll get a message saying that you will get an email once the transcription is complete. So I'm just going to pause the recording for a while until the transcription is done and it's in my inbox. Now, they say it can take up to 2 hours. I've never waited for 2 hours for my transcription. It's usually pretty quick, but then again, my files aren't that large. Like this is an 11-minute recording. The other interviews I did, they were between 40 and 50 minutes, so they weren't long, but yeah, probably leave it for about maybe 10-15 minutes to an hour, and the transcription should be there waiting for you to be downloaded. Okay, so the machine transcription has completed, and I've now got an email sitting in my inbox telling me that it's done and where to get it from. So now I'm just going to click on the link, and this will then take me into VoiceBase where I can download the raw transcription file. Might just pause this while it loads. So there we go, it's all loaded up, and as you can see, not only has it completed the machine transcription, but it's also compiled a list of keywords that the transcription contained, and you can use those keywords for whatever purpose that you like. And as you can also see, you can also order a human transcription if you're not happy with the job the machine did. And then you can just start to see down the bottom what the machine has done as far as the transcription is concerned. I'm just going to download the transcript here. I'm going to download it as an RTF, a rich text format, because I want to be able to edit it, because we know that it's going to be about 90%, between 90 and 95%. It's pretty good. I mean, for a machine transcription, it is pretty good, but it's not perfect. So we're going to get the RTF file and save it in like so. Now we're going to clean this all up. So we're going to go across to otranscribe.com. Okay, so we've jumped over to otranscribe.com. Now this does run on Chrome and Firefox. I'm not sure what other browsers it is compatible with. The other thing that we need to do is we need to just grab a copy of that raw transcript. So I'm going to just open up that file in Notepad. I'm going to copy the contents. Don't need that. So just going to go Control A, Control C, just to get the contents of the transcript onto the clipboard. Then we're going to come across to Transcribing, I'm going to go start transcribing. We're going to choose the audio file. And we're going to paste in the transcript that we received. As we can see, we've got 1600 words. And we can see here that the first line is not quite right. So what we're going to do, we're just going to start playing through the transcript. We can change the speed, so we can slow the speed down or speed it up. So once again, if you're a decent typist, you can speed the playback up and go through quickly. Or if you're like me and you're a bit slow reader and a bit slow typing, you can actually slow it down. Pressing the escape key will play and pause the audio. And then also all we do, I'm not going to go right through the whole thing for you, I'm sure you're going to get the idea, but we're just going to play the audio. Is Udemy simply becoming the YouTube of education? So this one here should read, is Udemy simply becoming the YouTube of education? Now the rest of it looks, no, as we come through, so we'll just play a little bit more. The YouTube of education. Now, this might sound like a bit of a rant, but I have got nothing against people posting courses to Udemy. So we've got posting instead of posting there, so we're just going to change that. Courses to Udemy. Udemy isn't a real word, so that's why the machine just can't quite pick that up. So you usually get you to me when we say Udemy. So we just change that. Right, and you get the idea. So you can play through the transcription and just make the changes, start getting it all nicely formatted. And then once you've gone through the entire transcription, all you need to do then is you can either, I think there's a button here that you can export it. I don't do that. I just Control A to select all, Control C to copy back into the clipboard. Then I open up my word processor. If I'm just going to be formatting up nicely if I'm going to be preparing a Word document or a PDF, I'll just put it into my word processor. If I'm going to be creating a Kindle book, then obviously I'll open up Scrivener and copy it in there and start formatting it there. But that, my friends, is the way that you can transcribe your course content for free. Let's go back to the presentation now. Okay, so I hope you found that demonstration useful. As you can see, I personally use VoiceBase and Transcribe regularly to transcribe my content and to produce supplementary information, and I will eventually also be using that service to produce ebooks as well and Kindles. So if you want to get more free information, I do have a podcast where I discuss everything about online course creation from concept to market and beyond. And I would love you to come along and join that podcast. You can either subscribe on iTunes by going to ecoursedomination.com/iTunes, or subscribe on Stitcher Radio, ecoursedomination.com/Stitcher. Now, this is free information. I do encourage feedback and questions. So once again, I am providing information that you want and that you need to get yourself successful with online courses. You can also visit my website at ecoursedomination.com. I post text blogs, I post videos, my podcast episodes are also available there. So once again, over time, it's going to become a very rich source of information in the topic of online course creation and marketing. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel on youtube.com/c/ecoursedomination. Once again, you're going to find all the videos that will be posted up there as time goes by. So I always encourage questions and comments. So if you've got either or both, please, down the bottom where that arrow's pointing, there's an area there for comments. Please put a comment in or ask a question. I'd love to hear from you. And yeah, until the next time, thank you for watching.